Welcome back to Lost Chapters. Today, we bring you the fourth untold story from the 1st century, a tale of beauty, terror, and a city frozen in time. This is the story of Pompeii and the cataclysmic eruption of Mount Vesuvius in 79 AD, one of history's most haunting disasters. Lost Chapters presents The Fall of Pompeii. Close your eyes for a moment. Imagine walking the stone streets of Pompeii, a bustling Roman city by the sparkling waters of the Bay of Naples. Shops are open. Theaters are alive. Children play as merchants call out their wares. It is a city of wealth, art, and life. But above them all looms a mountain, a green, seemingly harmless peak the Romans called Vesuvius. To them, it was just part of the landscape, peaceful, silent, eternal. What no one knew was that this mountain was a ticking time bomb. For centuries, pressure had been building beneath the earth. Magma churned, toxic gases gathered, and the people of Pompeii had no idea that their days were numbered. On the morning of August 24th, 79 AD, the earth trembled violently. Dogs howled, birds vanished. A deep rumble rolled through the air like the growl of an ancient god. At around midday, it happened. With a deafening explosion, Vesuvius erupted, blasting ash, pumice, and fire high into the sky, almost 20 kilometers above the earth. A Plinian eruption, as we now call it. The sky darkened. Ash began to rain down on Pompeii. At first, people thought it was just another earthquake, something they'd seen before. Many chose to stay, not realizing that staying meant death. Hours passed, and the ash grew thicker. Roofs collapsed under the weight. Breathing became difficult. Panic spread. Some fled south. Some prayed in temples. Some gathered what little they could and waited, hoping, somehow, to survive. They had no idea the worst was yet to come.
As the sun vanished behind the suffocating ash cloud, Pompeii descended into a living nightmare. The sky turned to night. Daylight was erased by volcanic ash that fell like black snow. The air was thick, suffocating. Every breath brought choking dust into the lungs. For the people of Pompeii, this was the end of the world. But amidst the chaos, some sought to escape. Many fled towards the sea, hoping ships would carry them to safety. Others clung to their homes, too old, too scared, or too slow to flee. And then came the second phase of the disaster, the one most did not survive. Mount Vesuvius unleashed its deadliest weapon, pyroclastic. Flows blistering hot clouds of gas, ash, and rock, moving faster than a galloping horse. In moments, these surges swept through Herculaneum and then Pompeii, vaporizing bodies, toppling structures, and leaving no time for screams. It was instant. It was merciless. The few who managed to escape in time, like the Roman writer Pliny the Younger, whose letters give us the only eyewitness account, watched from afar as the sky glowed red and black. But for those left behind, All that remained was stillness. Bodies were buried where they fell. Some found clutching loved ones, some in frantic poses of desperation, others still seated at their last meals. And then, for nearly 1,700 years, Pompeii was lost, buried beneath ash, forgotten by time. Incredibly, the volcanic ash that destroyed the city also preserved it, creating a time capsule of Roman life frozen in its final moment. The rediscovery of Pompeii centuries later would astonish the world, revealing not just artifacts, but the deeply human stories trapped beneath the volcanic stone. But the question remains, could the disaster have been predicted? Were there warnings they ignored? Or was this simply the cruel hand of fate? A reminder that nature, in all its beauty, can turn deadly without warning. In the centuries that followed, Pompeii became a whispered myth, a city spoken of in ancient texts, but never seen again. The ground had swallowed it whole, the people, their homes, their stories, gone beneath layers of hardened ash and forgotten soil. It wasn't until the 18th century that fate intervened. While workers were digging to build a palace for the king of Naples, they unearthed strange artifacts, marble statues, frescoes, mosaics. Little did they know, they had stumbled upon the remains of Pompeii and its sister city, Herculaneum. As the excavation continued, the world was stunned. Here was an entire Roman city, almost perfectly preserved. Homes, streets, bakeries, temples still standing. But most haunting of all were the victims. In the 19th century, archaeologists devised a method that would make the tragedy chillingly real. They poured plaster into the voids left behind by decayed bodies. What emerged were detailed casts of people, of animals, of moments frozen in their final breath. It was as if time had stopped. The bakery still held loaves of bread in ovens. Paintings on villa walls still glowed with color. Graffiti etched on buildings still whispered jokes, love notes, and political slogans. But beneath the artistry lay deeper truths. Pompeii wasn't just a city, it was a mirror to the world of ancient Rome, a place of luxury and leisure, but also inequality, slavery, and superstition. Many have wondered, were there warnings the people of Pompeii ignored? Historical accounts suggest that in the days before the eruption, there were tremors, animals behaving strangely, wells drying up, even strange cloud patterns above Vesuvius. Yet the people stayed, some out of faith, believing the gods would protect them, some out of ignorance, not knowing the signs of volcanic activity, and others perhaps because this was their home, and they could not imagine leaving it. Even today, Pompeii remains one of the most visited archaeological sites in the world, a solemn reminder that nature's fury can erase civilizations in a heartbeat. And in the shadow of Mount Vesuvius, life carries on, but the mountain still breathes. As the dust settled over Pompeii and the centuries passed, what remained was not just stone and ash, but a timeless story of human lives, frozen at their most fragile moment. It's a reminder that the most powerful stories are often the ones lost to time. And that's exactly what we bring you here on Lost Chapters. If you've been captivated by this forgotten moment in history, don't let it disappear again. Subscribe to Lost Chapters. Hit the like button and turn on the notification bell to uncover more incredible, untold stories from the past. Stories that shaped the world but were buried, forgotten, or erased. From the rise and fall of empires, to the mysteries of ancient civilizations, to the shocking events that time tried to hide, Lost Chapters is your time machine to it all. Thank you for watching. And remember, history isn't just about the past. It's the key to understanding who we are and where we're going.